A wise man once said, "The learning process continues until the day you die," and I totally agree. With each passing day, life sends a host of knowledge and lessons our way. All we have to do is be attentive and take notes. Hey there, thanks for tuning into today's program. I'm Audrey, and boy do we have lots to learn today. Coming up in our program, a look at how students can have fun while learning math, the importance of affirming our children, and later, some of the island's most creative senior citizens are engaged through art and craft. Stay with me as we unfold the pages of today's magazine together.
Hey, ready to pack? Remember, the importation, manufacturing, distribution, and use of single-use plastic carrier bags, or scandal as we call them, plastic straws, and styrofoam containers will not be allowed come January 1, 2019. Plastics do not decompose readily and end up in our environment as solid waste for many years, stifling our animals, plant life, and our livelihoods too. Rethink, refuse, reduce the use of plastic. Start using environmentally friendly packaging. The ban on plastics is effective as of January 1, 2019. Preserve our land. Support the plastic ban.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, December 14. Ground broke on Thursday for the construction of an $85 million multipurpose civic center in Gale St. Mary. The building will have a police post, courtroom, resource center, and meeting rooms, while the roof will be an open-air auditorium. The contract has been awarded to Marshall Construction Company, and work will start immediately. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says the complex will accommodate community social gatherings and provide security for the people. He says it will also help to transform the lives of young people within the parish.
The computer room is a critical part of a community center today. Once you get a computer facility and you're connected to the internet, you have opened up the community to the world. It's one of the remarkable features of modern technology, and it can serve from education to business.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Western St. Mary, Robert Montego, says $57 million has been approved to repair the bridge at Brockway. He says another contract for $32 million is before the National Contracts Committee to repair other roadways in St. Mary.
So the completion of the road from Bubukana to Lamkinhill, the documentation is going through, so the work should start soon. The post office that has been burnt out, we are almost about to sign an agreement with a business lady who wants to build a building on the premises to give the post office the front of it for post office service, and then she will take the back for a small factory to employ 32 persons.
The Agri-Linkages Exchange Alex Center was officially opened on Wednesday. After months of discussions between the Ministries of Tourism and Agriculture, the center is poised to boost the nation's gross domestic product through an increase in the consumption of local produce by tourists. The center operates an online platform, agrilinkages.com. It brings hoteliers in direct contact with the farmers and in turn reduces leakages and retains more of the economic benefits of tourism in Jamaica. The center is housed at RADA's St. Andrew Parish office on Old Hope Road.
I'm tired of driving on Highway 2000 and looking at idle land to the right and idle land to the left. While despite this initiative, most of what our tourists are eating are flying in on the plane with them. That is unacceptable.
This journey to use of technology as the critical means for connectivity within the industry forms part of the broader strategy arrangements of my ministry to link the productive areas of the economy into the tourism demand.
Already, some farmers and hoteliers have been using the software to make connections and network through a trial run of the initiative. The Ministry of Health is assuring that there is no outbreak of dengue fever in Jamaica. National epidemiologist Dr. Karen Webster Carr provided an update on the situation at the ministry's quarterly press briefing on Wednesday. The epidemiologist says there have been 570 suspected cases of dengue so far this year, compared to 177 cases for 2017.
Based on the information we have now, we are having a more active season. However, it is not at outbreak level at this time. But we continue to monitor the levels of dengue.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is, however, imploring persons to destroy breeding grounds for the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which transmits the disease.
The first line of defense, frankly speaking, is to control or attempt to control your own environment as it relates to breeding sites.
The public is being advised not to be alarmed and should immediately seek medical attention if they develop complications such as bleeding, which is one of the signs of dengue hemorrhagic fever. In the meantime, the flu vaccine is now available to high-risk groups, including children, the elderly, and persons with immunocompromised conditions such as cancer and diabetes. Acting Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie, made the announcement this past week.
These are the persons that we try to protect because they are the most vulnerable to the flu, to the influenza virus. And so therefore this vaccine is available in the health centers for these persons.
She says at this time the ministry does not have the capacity to vaccinate everyone who requires the flu vaccine. But it is available privately, so persons may visit their health practitioners to get vaccinated. More Jamaicans are prone to contracting influenza during the flu season, which peaks between December and March. The season sometimes lasts until as late as May. The ministry recommends that these members of the public get the flu vaccine. Healthcare workers, pregnant women, children over 6 months of age with chronic illnesses, non-health frontline workers, parliamentarians, institutionalized persons, and the elderly over 65 years with chronic illnesses. Flu vaccination protects individuals from influenza infections, decreases the severity of these infections, and minimizes the spread to other persons. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Do you have a loved one, friend, or client who passed away since 1998? The Electoral Office of Jamaica needs your help to update the voters list with information for these persons, government agencies, churches, insurance companies, hospitals, and funeral homes, and you, the public. We want you to provide us with the records to confirm the status of these persons. Call the EOJ at 888-991-VOTE or visit the nearest EOJ office. For more information, visit our website at ecj.com.jm.
As mentioned earlier, the island's first ever Math Olympics, or Math Sports Day, was held earlier this year at the New Green Primary School in Manchester. Students from numerous other institutions gathered on the school grounds to learn math and engage in fun and friendly rivalry. Take a look.
Most of you already know that GCET is now history, right? Not the subject, just that it's now the past way of testing if you're ready for high school. And the future is PEP. Many things will change with PEP, but needing to do well at math is not one of them. And this leads us to what better way to start off Math Olympics at New Green Primary School than with an informative and engaging math pageant? Miss Algebra and a host of other math concepts took the stage to remind students just who they are.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to New Green Math Olympics. My name is Miss Algebra. Algebra is a part of mathematics in which we use letters to represent unknown numbers or amounts. For example, 2 multiplied by n equals 4.
After that enlightening math pageant, there were a host of other field and classroom math events to remind students that this numbers subject can be fun.
1, 2, 3, and math is fun and I like it. Math is fun and I like it. Math on a Monday, math on a Tuesday, math on a Wednesday, math on a Thursday, on Fridays too.
It's an idea I got from 2016 when I was at a Jamaica Day in Holland Primary, and I saw the students running up and down. So I say, why not do it with math? Let us have fun running up and down with math. So I started looking at some games that we can tweak with math concepts and I sold the idea to my team, and they decided to run with it.
On the day, students from Porus, Christiana Moravian, Villa Road and New Broughton Primary came out in their numbers to engage in friendly math competition.
All right, we have several games happening today. We have students doing estimation. The estimation game is where it's a relay, so we have students, we're two members to a team. The one person will run and take the question to the other. The other will estimate, for example, 1 liter of water in a 5-liter container. And the important thing is to get as close to the 1 liter as possible. So it's not about finishing first. It's about the person who can estimate a liter. Also have equivalence game, and this is where students are expected to find equivalent fraction for a given fraction, or even the decimal that's equivalent to a fraction. So again, it's a relay, and it is not about finishing first, but it is about getting the correct equivalent fraction or decimal. We also have the Tower of Hanoi. That one is a problem-solving game. So the students are expected to restack 5 tires that are stacked numerically from 1 to 5. They're expected to restack it on another tower exactly 1 to 5, whereby no bigger numeral can go on a small numeral. So they have to think through clearly as to what is it that they're going to do, the move they're going to make.
In between the games and races, students could be seen dancing to popular Jamaican hits. By the end of the day, all were winners because not only did they have fun, they were also rewarded for their hard work.
Hooray for mathematics! Hooray for mathematics! Someone in the class up! Hooray for mathematics! 1, 2, 3, 4. What you gonna do now? Maths with you!
Hooray for mathematics indeed. So you see, math can be fun, entertaining and rewarding. But don't just take it from me. Listen now as the students themselves share their thoughts on the all-math event.
But the question I want to ask is, what are some of the things that you learned, or did you learn anything from today?
Actually, I learned about the liters and milliliters because that is what I struggled the most with in class. So.
It was merely a revision for me because I went through all of this during my GSAT preparation. So it's a merely revision for me to just bring back my memory.
Today was fun. We participated several times and we didn't win, but at least I won a game.
My experience today, it was great. I participated in 2 races, the equivalent race and the one you have to fill the bottle.
I would say today was epic because I was having fun. My friends were having fun and my teachers was having fun. I could say today was one of the best days of my life.
And the students were not the only ones who enjoyed the event. A few parents who gave their support on the day shared similar sentiments.
Kessica, she don't really love maths. And today, to seeing her take part in it, it's an excellent thing.
The students are used to sitting in the classroom doing some questions for revision, but if they're doing it having fun, then naturally it's going to be cemented some more. So I think that this is a way of helping them to retain what is it that they would have learned, thus giving us better performance on the final exams.
We are truly happy for the collaboration, and we are hoping that other regions will buy into this vision and do the same.
For all the math lovers out there, I'm sure you enjoyed our show. For those of you who are not quite there yet, I hope this feature sparked some interest.
Submarine, you know. Yeah? man, I have the pocket 60,000.
60,000?
Yeah.
How much I want?
Yeah, man, 2 bills I want.
Yeah, man, no one else.
5 grand.
Yeah, man. Same. Alright,
what one, cat?
You don't know, I sit downtown the other day there. Oh. All the brethren, them man, we buy and sell marina. One of them I sell a 6-pack for $1,000 and the next one I sell one for $200.
So where buy?
Buy 5 of them for $1,000. Think them can't rob me.
So Uncle Fancy, is the same $1,000 you would spend to get the 6? Seriously?
Tell them again now, my math brains.
Math count.
Math count.
Sponsored by the Ministry of Education.
So we all know that the sole responsibility of every student is to learn, right? Right. But it's not as easy as it sounds. Though some students are willing and ready to learn, they may be faced with numerous challenges in the classroom that make the learning process a lot harder than it should be. It is for this reason that every student requires a teacher that is patient, encouraging, kind, and understanding of his or her unique learning needs.
How many is that? 20. All right, so of my population, we have strongly agree. So let's count up all the persons who agree over here. Count 10 plus 2, 12 persons agreed. Everybody understands what was taught a while ago about interconnection?
Understand the work so that when we go home, we can be able to study it on our own so we can get better grades or good grades on our tests so that we can get something.
It makes me feel very happy to know that there is a teacher who might tell me if I do not understand.
Assurance means so much to our children. It's motivation for them to perform at their very best, even right here in the classroom. And my little friends, Miracle, Alyssa, Rihanna, and Latanya will agree as I ask them this very important question. Why do you want your teacher to make sure that you are learning?
Because in our future, we'll have to get some good careers and it will mess us up. For instance, if you are going to be a chef, you got to learn what ingredients to use and what to not use.
As Miracle said, it will interfere with our future if we don't get a good education or not. So it is very important for our teachers to teach us so that it doesn't interfere with our careers and our future.
Affirm me that I can learn.
What do you want from your teacher?
Like her attitude supposed to be good. So if I say I don't understand and she's doing it over and over again and she's be making up her face, I like her to work on her attitude.
Well, I would like her to work on the way she explains it because it would be nice if they would go a little slower and go through it with us so that we can get to understand it properly. Affirm me so that I can learn.
Thomas, you heard the students. They say they want teachers to explain more to them. They want them to don't speak too soft or too harsh to them to make sure that they are learning. What do you say to that?
First and foremost, I do believe, like the children, that teachers have to be patient. And even though somebody may be a very good student in one subject area, they may not be a very good student in another subject area. And secondly, explanation is part of the curriculum.
What are some of the things that you do? What are some of the methods that you use as a teacher to make sure that your students are learning?
Some students understand quicker, some don't, so we can pair them up with those who don't understand, because sometimes peer learning is better than even us explaining. But I find that they understand better and they understand longer, so they remember longer when they work on it themselves, and it is the same for us as adults. So the confidence that they have help them to develop and want to learn more, even if the topic is something that they didn't like in the first place.
It is good to know that you have somebody that you can go to that is willing to help you to understand what is being taught. Affirm me so that I can learn. I feel good when my teacher gives me good comments on my work.
Like, keep it up. Good job. And those are some compliments that will motivate children as they go on in life.
I will continue to affirm my students that their learning benefits them.
Affirm me that I can learn.
We are children and we have rights. We have a right to be
protected,
provided for,
and included. Don't beat me up, don't belittle me, and please don't molest me.
I am under 13. I should not be working for a living.
That is child labor. It is illegal.
Stop leaving me alone. I am too young to provide for myself. I need your guidance.
Protect our nation's children. They have rights too. To learn more about children's rights, call or visit the offices of the Child Development Agency.
So remember in my opening, I mentioned that the learning process continues until the day you die? Well, our next feature is a true example of this. It shows that learning is not only for the young, it's also for the young at heart.
Imagine an event that showcases only works created by seniors, pieces meticulously designed by the aged but skilled hands of our elders. Welcome to this week's edition of the Arts Page, where we will be entertained by the island's golden ages.
This idea came about last year, July, when a young woman had this desire to showcase the stories of senior citizens. And so she pleaded with her lecturer to say, can it be that the Edna Manley College find a way possible so we can tell the stories of our seniors? Lo and behold, the idea of telling the stories grew into what you are seeing today, Golden Designs, which is an art skills training program for senior citizens, those who are age 60 and over. This young woman I speak of is none other than, as you would have guessed it, myself.
Shelley's class project recently culminated in a full day of activities and art exhibition on the grounds of the National Council for Senior Citizens.
Today, as a ministry, we look with great interest at the artwork created by our more mature Jamaicans, our golden Jamaicans, and can say that the quality displayed here is of the highest caliber.
Over 50 art pieces were on display, all created by the 50 elders of the program who came from the parishes of Kingston, St. Andrew and St. Thomas.
I made earrings, I made necklace, and I made bangles. It was like Easter period and it was like the red and white, and I chose red and white and everybody loved it. And I also liked the red and white when I saw it first time.
I made a leaf, a green leaf that it was green, but I made it that it ripe. I did jewel making, necklace, and brace, and earring. This is one of the earrings that I did.
And on the day, The innovative paintings, drawings, crochet and jewelry of the seniors were topped off with a captivating dance performance from a few of the art creators. Yes, these artists are dancers too. The event, which was a requirement for Edna Manley's Bachelor of Arts Management program, in which Shelley is enrolled, also certified the seniors for their hard work.
The Golden Design Arts Training Program augments the mission of the Social Security Division of the ministry. The more than 40 older adults who were engaged in jewelry making, photography, and other art forms are now equipped with additional skills to keep the mind and body active, as well as an activity for social and economic purposes.
I enjoy doing it and I look forward to continue doing it because it occupies your time and it helps with the brains because it keeps you thinking, what next? Which one should I do next? Things like that.
I feel like I would do it for another time, like going to school, because actually if they don't have a class up by Edna Manley, she said, yes, but I don't get onto it yet. But I think I would do it in future. But not for sale, just like birthday present and gifts, wedding present and so forth.
Some things we take for granted, you know? Some things we just allow our children to do. Some parts we allow them to travel. And it's not until something happens we say, boy, if me did know. We don't want the if me did know.
Minister Green is right. Oftentimes as parents, we fail our children by turning a blind eye to the things we know will haunt them in the future. We watch them associate themselves with the wrong crowd, and we ignore when they exhibit negative morals, behavior, and attitudes. If Jamaica is to become the place of choice by 2030, we must take a stand as parents to ensure that our children are the best they can be. It's never too late to be your child's best parent. And just like that, we have arrived at the last page of today's magazine. But don't worry, you can turn the pages with us again tomorrow and every day after. While you wait, visit our website, jis.gov.jm for our daily video uploads and news stories. You may also follow us on all our social media sites for the latest information on government programs. I'm Audrey. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.